What's going on, traders? This is the weekly outlook video starting June 15th, 2025. My name's Clay, and as always, we want to look at the economic calendar. We want to see what's going on. What are the big news events? It's critical that you keep this in mind as you prepare your trading plan for the week. So there's one thing that steps out, well, two, I should say. Bank of Japan monetary policy statement coming in on Monday, and we'll take a look at the yen on the charts here in a minute. It's been making some moves lately, it seems like, or I should say, a lot of pairs against the yen are making moves. So that's going to be a big deal. Tuesday we have core retail sales. So core retail sales is a pretty big economic indicator because, especially with the inflation that's been going on for, well, years now, it indicates whether or not the consumer, you, are buying anything, right? So that's a big mover. But Wednesday is going to be the big day. There's going to be some fireworks. We got the FOMC going on, and so that's going to be a big deal. So it's going to be at 2 Eastern Standard Time. I'm in Denver right now, so it's different time zone, but 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I think it's going to be, well, it's not like I think, it's always a big mover. And then Thursday, monetary policy of Swiss Bank, and later on for that London session, Bank of England monetary policy. So there is so much bank rate statements. It's going to be an extremely volatile week. I think it's going to be one that you want to really be mindful of. So taking a look at some of the setups here, the pairs. I want to look at gold first because gold has just been, we're about to take out this high by the time I'm shooting this video, and we're shooting for the all-time high, which comes in at 3,490. So the question is, depending on the tone and what's going to go on with interest rates, that will really determine what happens with gold and the dollar. Of course, there are some tensions right now between Iran and Israel, apparently. So, I mean, that uncertainty creates a lot of FUD in the market, which is only going to make gold stronger. So if we look at the dollar index has been making moves lower for, well, quite some time now, right? So going all the way back to February when this downtrend really started, and now it's halfway through June, which I can't believe. So the question is, or depending on what happens on Wednesday, is it going to be bullish for the dollar or continue to weaken the dollar? So maybe if they are very hawkish in their terminology around interest rates, then meaning that, they would want to potentially raise rates to curb inflation, then that's going to be extremely strong for the dollar. If it's the other way around, if they're dovish, then that would mean that they're going to lower interest rates, and that would further weaken the dollar and also as well strengthen gold, right? So now if we take a look at US dollar yen, we're in a big holding pattern here. So Monday for those yen pairs could be, sometimes it's a bit of a dud, sometimes not so much for the yen, but you can see like GJ slowly making some moves upward. So, we could see, if the Bank of Japan's extremely dovish, we could see some new highs here on Euro Yen. I think that could be a pretty good play. So if we take a look at Euro USD, it very much mirrors is the reverse opposite of the dollar index. So, we have some nice support here, which I think could potentially be a good target. And depending on what happens there, whether if we break down further, like if the dollar strengthens, if they're hawkish, then, this could be a good shorting opportunity. It could be the end of this uptrend. But long story short, I would say be extremely mindful of all the economic news going on this week, because it's going to be a lot of volatility in the market. So safe trading out there. Let's have a great week. Appreciate y'all. Good luck.